so let me show you how you can edit this template. So once you open it up, this is how it's going to look. You'll have a text at the top and a Fusion composition at the bottom. Chances are you won't be able to see your text, and that is because this template is using a font called Montserrat. If you have not installed this font, then you won't be able to see your text. So just download and install this font, then you will be able to see the text. If not, then make sure you change the font to something else so that you can see your text. Alright, so here you can change the text over here. You can write in anything that you want. So before we do that, I'm just going to create a copy over here. So I'm going to hold Alt key and just drag it to the right. So we have a copy over here, and I can just make changes on this. So let's change the text. So I'm going to select the text and type in a retro. I can increase the size, and I'm going to go straight into the shading tab. And as you can see, we have this select element 1 and 2. So what this means is select element 1 will be your fill color. So at the end you can have this entire text filled up. That's your element 1. And element 2 will be your stroke, which is at the beginning right over here. You can see we have the stroke going on. So in element 2, you can only change the thickness of your stroke using this slide over here, and you won't be able to change the color in this shading tab over here, the gradient shading tab, because we have this expression over here which is connected to our gradient in our element 1. So let's go to our element 1. Remember, this is our fill color, so we have to move forward in our text. You have this fill color over here, and whatever changes you make in the color, the shading gradient over here, the same changes will be applied into your outline as well, the stroke. So for example, if we remove this point, so you can select this point and just drag away, and you can get rid of that point. Similarly, you can click once and add a point, and you can change its color as well. So we have this color theme going on in our fill color, but if we go back and check out this outline over here, we have the same effect, the same color going on, and that is because of this expression over here. Right, so what I mean is you just have to change color in your element 1 and it will be applied automatically to your stroke as well, which is pretty cool. And that's just about it. If you want to add more text, you can just create a copy of your text layer and go to layout and just drag it down like so, maybe somewhere over here, and you can just reduce the size, and you can type something else like 1980. And yeah, we have another text over here. We have the same animation on it as well. And then we have the Fusion composition over here, which is this background. One cool thing about this project is that you can, lengthen the animation, the duration, and this will still work. Your animation will still work. All right, so we have, I've used a keyframe stretcher on this, so you can, increase the length of your project. Right, and let's go to our Fusion page. Right click on open in Fusion page. Let me just find that, open in Fusion page. All right, so here it is. Let me just zoom out. This group contains all the nodes that have been used to create this animation, to create this background. So you can go ahead and dissect it and see how this background was created. I'm just going to close this. We have these nodes over here, and I can select these nodes to quickly change the look of our grid over here, the animation. So the first one is the change wireframe color. So you can click on that and you can go to material, where you can change the color of your wireframe. So for example, we can change that to green. And then the second one is change mountain color. Again, go to material and you can change the color of your mountain. And it also has this specular, which essentially is this light over here. so you can control the intensity of that light and play around with the exponent as well. The next one is fast noise, which is how this entire animation was built. So you can click on the fast noise and you can change any settings that you want. So for example, we can reduce the detail, and instead of having these sharp mountains, you can change the look of it and have this weird looking grid. Alright, so you can play with all these settings. Next one is change height, and you can just use this scale over here, change the height. Okay, and yeah, then we have the change sun color. So it's actually a gradient. You can click on this gradient stop and change it to any color that you want. So let's just do that like so. I think that's pretty bright. I'm gonna change that, and you can come over and change the position of these gradients. So we can just create something like this. Maybe we can just make it a little bit darker so that we can see the sun a bit more clearly. That is looking much better, right? So you can customize the direction as well. The next one is specular light. So if you turn it off, turn it on, you can see that what this does, it just lightens up your entire scene. It's actually a point light added in our 3D environment. So you can select that and change the light in your scene. So you can change it to any light that you want. Alright, so we have the decay type as well. You can change it, and you will have some nice results with these different decays over here. Alright, so that is looking nice as well. The last one is our film grain. So you can just zoom in and see how that looks over here. You can change the size. Okay, you can have it completely off, or you can increase the size. That's completely up to you. You can play around with these settings as well. And once you are satisfied with everything, you can go back to edit page, and you will see that everything will be updated in your final animation. And that's pretty much it. Then you can go to your deliver tab and render out your animation. So I really hope this template will help you in your upcoming projects. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.